What games should you start playing in 2021? Looking back, 2020 was probably the worst year when it comes to new games, new releases. In this gaming desperation mode, we even started playing older games. One of these games happens to be Age of Empires 2. Believe it or not, this game from 1999 is still alive and well, and it is actually growing. In this video, we're going to look into the reasons why that's happening and why you should play Age of Empires 2 in 2021. Let's go. The number one reason for me is that this game is alive. It's being developed, it's being played, it reached its highest player count ever on Steam just the other day. There's even an expansion coming out this month, which is the first one coming out after Definitive Edition. Definitive Edition is what changed Age of Empires. It brought it from the last millennia into this one, and it's not a super old game anymore. It's got a lot of improvements. Still a lot of work to do, but it's moving forward. It's a lot more enjoyable to play. They added a lot more very much necessary mechanics that you would see in other games, but not in AoE before. But now they're almost all here, and a lot of players from StarCraft 2 are coming into Age of Empires because it seems like it's more alive than those games right now. There's 35 civilizations that you can play in Age of Empires 2, and with 2 more coming out in the next expansion, so there's so much to do. Which leads into the second reason. There's a huge variety of playstyles and game modes. Different campaigns, training missions, custom campaigns, ranked, unranked, team games, solo games, custom games. Even the map rotation is defined by the community and it changes every month. How about that, eh? There's also a fully open modding system, especially for the interface and some models in-game, which can enrich your gameplay. In a recent video by Spirit of the Law, he found out that a lot of players are still playing against bots, against the AI, and find that really fun. So it's not just about the ranked gameplay, the 1v1, that is a minority. And team games in Age of Empires are more popular than the 1v1, even though the 1v1 is really good and very balanced overall. Of course, to complement the huge variety in content, there's an endless amount of high-quality AoE videos on YouTube to either help you learn the game or tell you some interesting facts about different units, different civilizations. It's amazing. Some of the best channels out there are Spirit of the Law for general stuff, T90 for casted esport games, The Viper for awesome gameplay. He's one of the best players in the world. Hera as well with educational content. You can find links to those channels in the description below. Even over 20 years after release, this game has a thriving esports scene. Sure, there aren't as many LAN tournaments, especially nowadays, but the online scene is incredible and there's show matches, there's tournaments almost every day, and most of them are being streamed on Twitch. They're the most viewed content in Age of Empires as well, and they're a lot of fun. The action never stops in Age of Empires competitive games. They're not boring. They're very, very fun to watch. I think overall, the esports scene and Age of Empires as an esport is very easy to understand, very approachable, and even the people that only play a single player enjoy watching esports. So that's great for growth in that game. Some of the biggest tournaments are being supported by Microsoft as far as I know. And there's the World Cup, there's the Wololo tournament, there's a Hidden Cup. There's a lot of big tournaments happening throughout the year. And to keep the game fun and challenging, there's a lot of balance changes that come in every few months or up to a year that change the game drastically. And then the players have to adapt to the new environment, which brings back a lot of the civs that were forgotten for a while, keeps the game very fresh and very interesting. And the final reason, one of the reasons why I started playing Age of Empires 2 actively right now, is because Age of Empires 4 is announced, and it's getting closer and closer to being released. Latest news says that Age of Empires 4 is in a very playable state. They're balancing, they're polishing, but it's being played, and I expect it to come out at least in some sort of beta by the end of 2021. AoE 4 is going to be very interesting because it's one of those RTS games that might bring back RTS, real-time strategies, to the mainstream. I think the last game that managed to do that was StarCraft 2. Before that, it was basically Age of Empires 2. 3 wasn't that great of a success, but 2 was on par with Brood War, StarCraft Brood War back in the day. There hasn't been much info about Age of Empires 4, but the setting is medieval again. Even the developers admitted that they have to commit to medieval period because Age of Empires 2 is their biggest success. And they want to continue along that path, and they think it's most interesting as well. The endless amount of stories, there's just something about the medieval period in computer games that makes them really appealing. Even if Age of Empires 4 turns out to be a terrible game, I still think that Age of Empires 2 is gonna keep on living for the next 5-10 years easily. Especially if it keeps being developed and balance changes come in. It's just a classic. It cannot go away. Beware, this is arguably the most challenging game out there. When it comes to learning it and the complexity, it's not for everyone. At least the online play might not be for everyone. But if you put in enough effort and if you're self-critical, you can definitely make it. Yeah, that just eliminated like 90% of the players. Oh, this game, man. Anyways, I'm also streaming this game basically every day for 5 to 6 hours. So stop by the stream, twitch.tv/Spreezy. Please come help me in chat. I'm struggling. I'm playing 1v1s. We got to 1400 rating. We're only going up. Come help in chat. I really appreciate all the support. Twitch chat has taught me a lot about this game, and there's still a lot more to learn. So let's continue this journey together. See you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, you're gonna like these two as well. Come catch us live on Twitch, links in the description below, as well as the hectic schedule. I'll see you in the next one.